How's it going, guys? Zorro here, and I'm here today because I had a fun idea. I wanted to know what you guys thought about the Straw Hats. Not about your rankings of favorite to least favorite, not even about like which one you liked the most or hated the most. I wanted to know on an individual basis how you would rank each Straw Hat based on how much you actually like them. And this is something that I have not done before. I usually give my thoughts on certain characters, but I want to get a feel of the community, what you guys have to say, because I feel like your input is very valuable, and I am curious how I fit in my perspective compared to the perspective of those in the One Piece community. So what I decided to do was on Twitter post different polls for each of the characters saying how much do you like this character, vote here, and I put different numbers for you guys to vote, and that's what this video today is about, to talk about the results, some of the surprises that happened throughout the voting, some of the things I liked, didn't like, and everything in between. Now, before you go ahead and skip the video and see the results, I do want to say to each and every one of you watching this video, put down in the comment section below, who do you think is going to have the best numbers out of all the Straw Hats? Let me know down in the comment section, who do you think did the best? Who do you think did the worst? Tell me now in the comment section below, and of course, be sure to like the video and all that good stuff. But all right, let's segment over to the other screen here, and let's take a look really quickly. Let's pull up the display capture. Let's take a look at all of these things here. All right, so we're gonna start off looking at this tweet here. By the way, follow me on Twitter at ZorroFanboy124. You're gonna want to do that. So here we go. This is the original tweet that started it all. I'm curious how my followers would rate the Straw Hats out of 10. So I'm gonna post polls for over each of the next few days and see the results. And this is what the results were. Let's start off with Brook. Let's start. What would you rate Brook out of 10, judging by how much you like him? Pretty good for Brook, all things considered. He got 56% of the 7 or 8 out of 10 vote, and that was the winner by far. So most of you saw Brook as like an average to above average character. Though I will say that 20% of people saying he's either a 9 or 10 out of 10, that's 1 out of 5, isn't a bad second choice here. But admittedly, he did have a decent amount of 5 or 6 out of 10s, but a smaller amount of 4 or less out of 10. So Brook did pretty solidly. Okay, not bad, Brook. My guy, Brook. I love Brook very much. So that was cool to see. And like I said before, guys, if you have any critiques or like, oh, that's a bullshit rating, let me know vent your frustrations down in the comments, okay? Next up, we've got the cat burglar herself, Nami. And Nami did a lot better than Brook. As you can see right here, you can do the comparisons. Nami got 43% of her vote went to 9 or 10 out of 10, which is very, very good for Nami. That means that the highest percentage think that Nami is a very, very good character or a perfect character. Now keep in mind, this is all based off of judging how much you like the character. I wanted to keep it simple, nothing too complex, just gut feeling how much you like this character. Made it a lot simpler and more fun. Yeah, Nami had even less people really on the other end of the spectrum dislike her, only 4.2%. So that's pretty solid for Nami. She did very well. She had less than Brook in terms of 5 or 6 out of 10s and 4 out of 10s, and a higher 9 or 10 out of 10. So she definitely took Brook over to be the best so far. However, next up we have Sanji. And Sanji leapfrogged even Nami. Even Nami got leapfrogged by Sanji. But this is where it gets interesting, though. He does leapfrog Nami when it comes to 9 or 10 out of 10s. A little bit less with the 7 or 8 out of 10s, but that would make sense considering that most of those votes went to 9 out of 10 out of 10s compared to Nami, right? But look at the bottom here. Basically, 8% of people said Sanji's a 4 or less out of 10 character, higher than Brook and Nami. Now, that was a massive surprise for me. It's still not a huge number, but considering that, you know, this was 500 people voting, not just like 20 people, that's a pretty big deal that 8% of those 500, someone wants to do the math in the comment section, you know, I'd appreciate that. You know, that's like a decent amount. That said, you know, Sanji for me is 4 or less out of 10, which is pretty wild. Pretty wild. So while Sanji did a lot better on the top end On the bottom end, he did worse than Nami, so it's actually kind of interesting. I'd still give the edge to Sanji in terms of who I think did better, because you want to be better on the higher scale rather than the lower scale, for sure. But moving on. Oh, this one. There are a few friends of mine that I know are going to be dancing in the streets off of these results. Take a look at this. How much would you rate Chopper out of 10? Holy shite. Can you see this? Look, I tried my very best to not alter any opinions and talk about anything. I just said, here is the characters, you vote. And I expected Chopper to do the worst, I'm going to be honest. When things started, I'm like, okay, I figured Chopper's going to have the worst results. But this, I knew in the community Chopper was disliked. I knew he was. But goddamn, man. Chopper's highest percent is 5 or 6 out of 10, with 36% saying he's either a 5 or a 6 out of 10, which is like either like below average to average. But you have 26.2% of people saying Chopper is garbage, 4 or less out of 10. That is an incredible number. That is really high. I did not expect that. Just take a look at all the other percentages for 4 or less. Sanji 7, it was the highest, second highest. Then 4 and 5. 26, 20 fucking 6. And only 8.9% had him 10 or 9 out of 10. Man, I mean, that is tough. I knew Chopper wasn't well liked, but I didn't think it was this bad. I understand it's a small sample size, but this is what we're working with in terms of the people who voted. So, wow. That's all I have to say is wow. I mean, he did have a decent amount, 28% that said 7 or 8 out of 10, but that number is completely dwarfed when you have a combination of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out of 10s, accounting for 62.5% of the vote. That's kind of a big deal. So Chopper, unfortunately, did awful. Awful. Next, we have Frankie. Frankie was very comparable to Brook, as you can see right here. Very similar numbers. 16.2% say he's either a 9 or a 10 out of 10. 55% of the majority say he's either a 7 or 8 out of 10, so above average to average-ish. 5 or 6 say 24.6%, which is a little in the middle area. So he basically towed the middle. That's generally where Frankie is when it comes to how much people like him as a Straw Hat. He generally rides the middle. I think Brook did better than him, I believe. Yeah, Brook did better than him, but by a small margin. 4% more 9 or 10 out of 10s, and a little bit more 7 or 8 out of 10s. So, yeah. Overall, yeah, Brook definitely took that in terms of those two, but Frankie did okay. Frankie did okay. Not great, but okay. All right. So I think besides Chopper, though, I think Frankie's got the worst rating so far. But we'll see. We'll see. Next up, we've got Usopp, and Usopp did very, very, very well, all things considered. But Usopp's was also very interesting and one of the more polarizing of the votes, because you do have 40% of the people saying Usopp is a 9 or a 10 out of 10, which is definitely impressive. You can't shape that in any other way. 9 or 10 out of 10, 40%, very, very good. But you take a look at that 4 or less out of 10, and that's 7% of the vote. Not ideal, not ideal. It was very even across the middle here. You have 35 saying 7 or 8, 16% saying 5 or 6. But all things considered, the 9 or 10 out of 10s won out, and all what has he got? 76.4% have him 7 or higher out of 10. That's pretty damn good. So pretty good stuff from Usopp here. Although he had an interesting, I don't know why so many people said 4 or less. I'm curious if you're one of those people that voted or thought that he deserved this vote. Why would you vote him 4 or less out of 10? I'm curious. I've heard all the arguments with Chopper, but seeing Usopp and Sanji too, which was really weird, getting that high percent of 7.9, I'm curious why people vote him like that. Let me know down in the comments. All right, next up, guys. Oh, I'm so proud. I am so proud, ladies and gentlemen. I am so proud of you. You did good. You did good. Well done. Well done. So good. Nico Robin. Nico Robin. 51.2% of you say Nico Robin is either a 9 or a 10 out of 10. And I didn't know how people were gonna, stand in terms of the Nami versus Robin battle. But right now, looking at these numbers, 51%, 9 or 10. 36%, 7 or 8 out of 10. Only 1.8% of you, 1.8% said that she's a 4 or less out of 10. By far the lowest number. Look at this. The second lowest number is, what, 4.2 from Nami? No, 3.7 from Frankie is the second lowest. So less than half of that. Robin, 1.8% of you. Robin killed this poll. Absolutely killed it. And compared to Nami, we look right here. We got 51, 35, 11. 51, 35, 11. 51, 35, 11. Yeah, she just killed it. And then, yeah, got way less 4, less out of 10s. Got less 5 or 6 out of 10s. Robin got less 7 or 8 out of 10s, but she got higher 9 or 10 out of 10. So ultimately, that's a good thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it like that. Oh, guys, got spoiled real quick. All right, so that was Nico Robin. I am so happy that you guys voted the way you voted so far. Well done. Well done. Okay, I'm so proud. And then look at this. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? Oh my God. You guys, you're the best. You guys are really the best. Look, I understand that I'm Zorro fanboy. I'm gonna have Zorro fans follow my Twitter. It's gonna be a bit of a skewed vote. I get that. I was expecting that. But to this degree, it does put a smile on my face. It really does. It really does. So I'm very proud of you guys. Look at this vote. 75, 3/4 of you say Zorro is either a 9 or a 10 out of 10. Ridiculous. By far the best number so far. 7 or 8 out of 10, 19.4. And only 2.8 had you guys voted for either 5 or 6 or 4 or less. So only total 5.6 out of those two. The rest went either 7 or higher. Absurd numbers for Zorro. Dominant vote. Dominant vote. Beautiful. You'd love to see it. And then we got Jinbe. Jinbe. Interesting vote from Jinbe here. 47%. Basically half said that Jinbe is either a 7 or an 8 out of 10. But oddly enough, Jinbe got a really high also percentage of people saying he's either a 9 or a 10 out of 10. So Jinbe did very, very well here. And even more impressive is the 2.1% 4 or less out of 10. That is really low. Really, really low. So I think Robin was the only one with a lower 4 or less out of 10. So Jinbe had really good high numbers. More 7s and 8s than 9s or 10s. But still, it was really close. And Jinbe did very, very well. Very well. And then finally, of course, we've got the Straw Hat himself, Mugiwara no Luffy, with an absurd 78%. 78%. I mean, I know he's the captain. I know obviously a lot of people like him, but to this degree, it is encouraging to see. 78% say Luffy's either a 9 or a 10 out of 10 in terms of how much you like him, with 16.8% saying either a 7 or 8, and minuscule numbers for 4 or less or 5 or 6 out of 10. Not even worth mentioning. Luffy runs away with this thing, baby. It's not even close. Even Zorro with his absurd numbers doesn't match up. It's close. He only has 3% more 9 or 10 out of 10s. And that's the difference. Legitimately, that is the difference, is those 3%, because Zorro has 3% higher in terms of 7 or 8s, but Luffy took those 3% and put it into his 9 or 10s out of 10, and that takes the cake, man. That takes it incredible stuff, man. Really, really cool. I had a lot of fun doing this poll. I want to know your thoughts, guys. Tell me down in the comment section below, what do you think about these results? I think in terms of like who's ranked the best, we have Luffy number 1, Zorro number 2, Nico Robin number 3, I think. Yeah, Nico Robin number 3, Sanji number 4. Yeah, Sanji number 4. Then it gets a little tricky. Sanji number 4. You could say Nami number 5, maybe? Yeah, I think Nami would be number 5. So Nami number 5. Then you have... I think this is a tie between Usopp and Jinbe. Because while Usopp does have the higher 9 or 10 out of 10, Jinbe has a more consistent top here. So look at this. He's got 47%, 7 or 8 out of 10, and 38, 9 or 10 out of 10. Usopp has 35 and 40, but then he also has a low as well. And Jinbe has an incredibly, or rather high low percentage here from 4 out of 10. When Jinbe has the opposite, his low is really, really low. So more people think highly of Jinbe, but more people are consistent about Jinbe in terms of him being higher, but more people have Usopp that really like him. They really, really like him. So I think that's actually a wash. That's a tie between the two of them, if I'm being honest. So I'd say they're both 6 and 7, interchangeable. Then I believe it is Brook. Then I believe it is Frankie. And the worst, unfortunately, is Chopper. But Chopper's really the only one in my eyes who had a really bad result. Like, he's the only one. I mean, Frankie also kind of had a bad result, only getting 16%, 9 or 10 out of 10s. That's by far the second lowest. But Brook only got 20% of that, so he didn't do particularly amazing either. But yeah, I think, yeah. Those are the clear numbers to me, guys. I'm curious what you thought about this poll, all these polls, these different results. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree with them? Do you disagree with them? Where would you rank some of these characters that you think they deserve, right? Tell me all of that down in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video. Hit the subscribe button for some more One Piece content. I really hope that you enjoyed this different kind of video. That's it for me, guys. I'm Zorro Fanboy 124. Like I said, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell notification for instant access to my streams and other videos. And yeah, man, have a great night. I'm out. Peace.